Curious George roller coaster. George woke his friend up early. Today was a special day. They were going to Zany Island. George was curious about riding the roller coaster. It was called the Turbo Python 3000. It looked scary and fun. Betsy and Steve had ridden it 9 times. They invited George to ride with them, but there was a problem. George was too short. The man at the gate said George needed to be 5 candy strings taller to ride. George was only 4. How could George grow 1 candy string in a day? Maybe he could eat leaves like a giraffe. Giraffes were tall. Yuck, the leaves tasted bad. George took a bite of his candy string. Candy tasted better. What else could he do to grow? George thought exercising might help. He lifted a heavy bar. Then George measured himself. He was now 4.5 candy strings tall. George wondered if stretching would make him grow. He tried it. By this time, George was very tired. He nibbled on his candy some more. George saw a mother and baby. The mother told the baby that sleep would help him grow. So George took a nap too. When he woke, he measured again. Hooray! He was finally 5 candy strings tall. But the sign said he was still too short to ride. How could that be? Have you been biting your candy strings, George? The man with the yellow hat asked. George nodded. When the candy strings were longer, it took 4 to measure you, the man explained. Now that the candy strings are shorter, it takes more of them to measure you, 5. But you did not grow. George was so disappointed. Captain Zany, the park owner, walked by. When he heard about George's problem, he smiled. Since monkeys don't grow very tall, we have a special sign for them. Was George tall enough now? You bet he was. The end.